world.
I just saw sound.
Yeah, you're seeing sounds? Hi, I'm Migs with Elite4, and this is Sauced Up, a show with saucy questions and even saucier wings. Today we're joined by Brandon Wakefield, owner of Satori Gym, MMA gym. He is a kick-ass in the Octagon and just a kick-ass behind the bar as well. Brandon Wakefield, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
How are you with spicy things?
Horrible. Very, very, very bad. Yeah, it's not good at all. I can't do like hot Cheetos. I can't. Yep. Let's do this.
Yeah, well, you've had your fair share of battles. This might be the toughest one yet. I guess we'll find out here right now.
Yep, it will be.
All right, let's go ahead. If you want to, we'll start with ring number 1. So you got this one. Cheers.
Cheers.
Every good protagonist seems to have an origin story or some kind of thing that inspires them to be who they are. Can you tell me what is the substance of your inspiration to get into the ring and fight and have your own gym?
Yeah. So getting beat up in school was a good way to. Oh, see, I'm already rubbing the eye. Good. See, I'm not using this hand though. All right, so that's good. But yeah, when I was in school, I would get into fights, and I had no clue what I was doing. I remember vividly getting into one fight at the movie theater when I was younger, and I remember my eyes weren't open the whole time. So I mean, it was just swinging,
blind swinging.
Yeah, and then like I have good friends that were like, "Oh, you won," and I'm like, "Did I?" Because I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
I mean, I was there, but I wasn't there. You know.
I'm not other people saying no, that you definitely lost. I think the big kicker was I was at school one day, and a bully opened a locker into my face and like was trying to start stuff with me, and I ended up backing down. And that didn't sit well with me. So like when I went home, I'm like, just ashamed and embarrassed that I didn't defend myself or stand up for myself. So after that, I was kind of like, yeah, I need to learn how to do this so that doesn't happen again, because that's not who I want to be. We're doing a little Bliss and Vinegar.
Bliss and Vinegar by Yellowbird.
Okay. Cheers.
So you and your wife have a tradition that y'all go to Jamaica every year. What are some things that you just love about Jamaica, and what are some things that you just really need to watch out for?
Man, Jamaica's interesting because it's the prettiest place I've ever been to, and it was like one of the first places that we went to together as a couple. So it kind of just became a special little place. But it's very third world, so it's dangerous as well. You definitely just don't go exploring wherever you want to explore. It's not safe. But yeah, it's just beautiful. And then the culture, the people, everything's just, it's different over there. When I was bartending especially, I just noticed that everyone was so pleasant. And then you come here and everyone's kind of an asshole, and even their bartenders, their service industry, it didn't matter if they had the worst job ever, they were just pleasant people. And so I always tried to come back and emulate that, which lasts for like a day, you know? Yeah, because then you're like, no, we're in America. We don't do that. We're not.
Ain't gonna fly.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, it doesn't work here. This one's good. It's got like a little barbecue.
Yeah, a little
flavor
peppery
to it.
barbecue. Yeah.
You know what the bad thing is though? You're making me think we're having a good time. You know what I mean? Like, because we're only on 3.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you know what? This is great. And I feel the curtain about to be pulled. You know?
Yeah, it's a real gotcha moment, right? It's all like,
I feel like that's what's
we
gonna
give you
happen.
this false sense of security, and all of a sudden we pull the rug out underneath you.
So that is what you're doing.
No, I don't try to. It's just the natural course of things, unfortunately, here on the show. As an MMA fighter, you have to have a profound knowledge of how the human body works, like what joints and ligaments are always exposed. Thinking back to your previous fights, what is the effect of constantly getting kicked in the freaking calf?
Oh, yeah. So you've seen the way I like to fight. I love leg kicks. So there's a nerve in the calf, the perennial nerve that runs along the outside. And the main goal of calf kicks isn't to shut down the muscle, it's to shut down that nerve. And it only takes a couple shots to start really shutting it down. Yeah, it's crazy too, because when you hit that nerve on the calf, your foot, you lose control of your foot. So even when you try to take a step, the foot doesn't go with it, because the perennial nerve controls the foot, you know? A good theory on fighting is my theory is, if I'm gonna fight, like, why not take out your base, you know? You can't punch me. If you can't stand on your foot, you really can't fight me that well. So I'm always attacking the calf, I'm always attacking the quad, really just trying to shut down a leg. The faster I can shut down a leg, the faster I can just start picking apart my opponent.
Up next, Hot Ones barbacoa.
I feel like I'm getting these all over my lips, which isn't so bad now.
But later,
I feel like I'm gonna have to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah. Do you think there's any parallels between you and the fictional character Tyler Durden from Fight Club? You know, a character that was originally introduced as a soap salesman that eventually opens up his own fight club underground.
I don't know. I do think it's interesting that, Fight Club has Tyler making soap and then starting a fight club, and I also make soap. Okay, yeah,
For sure. You have your own gym, he had a fight club.
For sure.
You both do soap.
Yeah, there's certain similarities for sure.
And you're both handsome.
Yeah, but I'm not really using my soap to like blow too much up. You know?
Oh, that's right. He used the soap as a bomb, right?
That's what it is. Yeah. I'd like to say maybe slight similarities.
This is the ginger goat.
Hate ginger. Okay, that one come on, man. That one has something behind it.
Yeah, it's on the back end, right?
Yeah.
You think you're in a safe zone, and all of a sudden they let you know, like, hey, I'm still here.
Okay.
So I have a recurring segment on the show called Explain That Gram, which is I get pictures from the internet and I show it to you, and need a little bit more explaining on your part.
Okay.
How about you with Carlos Condit?
Yeah.
How was doing seminars with him?
It's awesome. So I've met him a couple times, and I've done his seminars. But I just reached out to him, did a seminar, ended up being a really cool guy. Now, over the years, since he came, we became friends. He still likes all my posts, sends me messages. I wouldn't say, we're best friends, but that's kind of the joke online.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's my best friend.
My best friend Carlos
Condit. I don't know if you know, but we're like this.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's super cool. One of the greatest welterweights of all time. So, just to be able to bring high level, fighters like that down to the gym, to me is big for the Victoria, because when I was coming up and training, we weren't getting to train with all these people, you know what I mean? So it's been cool, it's been great.
Yeah. What about the cryotherapy? How's that on you?
It's stupid.
Stupid?
I hate it.
You hate it?
Yeah.
What do you hate about it?
It's cold.
How about the cupping therapy?
Yeah. No clue what it does, but it looks cool,
Yeah?
So yeah, like whenever I walk around, I look like an athlete, so.
What about hiking in Breckenridge?
That was Breckenridge, yeah. So we went to Colorado. Her brother has a house down there, and we went. That guy was cool.
Yeah, is that the troll? Is that what that is?
And that guy just goes and makes these in random places, like around the United States. Super cool concept for that guy to do. But that was fun to go see. I just don't know that I would go back to Colorado just because I don't like cold weather at all.
And one last one. How was it meeting Michael Bisping?
That was very quick. We were just at the hotel picking up the tickets from my friend, and I was looking over and I was like, hey, that's Michael Bisping. And I hate asking people. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy, you know what I mean? It's not like, nobody wants to be that guy, but I was like, it'd be cool. Just take a picture with Michael Bisping to have later, you know what I mean? So I called out to him. I was like, hey, I acted like I knew him too. I was like, hey, Mike. He like looks back like looking for someone he knows. I'm like, yeah, it's me.
It's me. I'm that guy.
I'm like, yeah, you mind if I get a picture real quick? And he's like, as you can see in the picture, he's like covered in sweat, just got done working out, and he's but he was super nice about it. He was like, "Yeah, man, let's take one real quick." So we took a quick picture. That was about the extent of it. There wasn't much conversation with that one.
So this is our number 6 sauce. This is the Hot Heads Revolution sauce.
All right.
This one's pretty immediate. Like it stings you pretty quickly.
I mean, we're not unbearable yet. I'm actually really proud of myself so far.
I think you're doing great, dude.
Okay.
So, UFC fans are similar to NBA fans in the aspect that there's always an argument on who is the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the NBA, you have, Kobe, LeBron, Michael Jordan. In the UFC, it is, popular opinion that it's John Jones, but there could also be an argument for Fedor, could be GSP, or even Anderson Silva. Mm-hmm. Where does your opinion fall on who in the UFC is actually the GOAT?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go John Jones, and the only real argument would be drug testing.
Yeah.
If you look at like credentials and accolades, he's beat amazing fight. Like if his resume of wins is so much more impressive than anybody else's resume of wins. When you look at how many high-level world champs that he's beaten. So I don't think it's really close. I do like Anderson Silva a lot. The argument I don't like is the Khabib one. Because a lot of people are putting Khabib up there. And it's not that I don't like Khabib. I just don't think that his resume of wins is as impressive as
his track record isn't as strong as Anderson Silva's or John Jones.
Right. But yeah, I think John's great. I've trained in Albuquerque at Jackson Wink, where he's out of, and the gym he's at now is Jackson's Acoma, and that's actually where I got my certification to coach from. So
right on.
I'm biased. I like John Jones.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, the guy's a freak, right? The guy, he's just built different, right?
For sure.
All right. Well, if you're ready, keep this pan hot and keep going.
Yeah. I mean, it's not getting any better just sitting here, right?
It doesn't.
Okay.
It sure doesn't. All right. This is number 7 sauce. This is kind of where things get a little real.
Okay. I'm here. I feel like everything's not going to be okay.
Well, it'll be okay eventually.
Okay.
So, I've been told that you are a connoisseur of world currencies. Is there a holy grail that you would like to eventually acquire for your collection? And what would you say right now is the crown jewel of your currency collection?
I just like, I don't know, something about growing up poor. I just like physical cash and like money. So I always wanted to have in my mind, I picture like a safe full of money, right? Like the stuff you see on movies.
Yeah.
So just as I became an adult, I started filling up a safe with money.
And this is all kinds of money?
Yeah, and so Canada's money is really pretty. Like it's very cool. I think that's the coolest looking money I have. Bro, this gets rough.
Yeah, it sure does.
So I just breathe fire.
Yeah, I feel like breathing doesn't help it at all. I feel like the more you breathe, the worse it gets.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still here. But I don't know. I'll tell you, I don't know of all the types of currency. I just know that every time I'm in an airport or go to a different country, I always just pick some up.
Yeah.
And the weirdest part is I just like to smell it.
Does it smell differently than the dollar?
100%.
I hear the dollar smells more like cocaine than any other does.
Oh, well, it probably it probably does. It probably does. But they all smell different. They all have their own like individual smell. I'll say, I think American money smells the best, but it's just like a weird, I don't know.
It's a weird detail about money, right? You don't think about the smell, but we all know how a dollar smells.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, not all of us.
Not all of us. I mean, you're right. Some better than others, right? All right. Up next is the infamous The Bomb.
Okay.
This one is not fun.
No? Oh, and the last one was just Sunshine?
I mean, a little bit. Oh man, that one hits hard.
Everything's fine. Everything's okay.
So recently you've acquired the Tapper Scrap Featherweight belt, which congratulations on. Do you feel like this achievement is the start of a new chapter for you? And if so, what title are your eyes set on next?
I do think it was a start. I took a little hiatus to start my gym, you know. And so I stopped competing for a while because running a business was a full-time gig. But I do think it was a good start. I fought the #1 guy in Texas and ended up winning that belt. And so it kind of was good, and it kind of reassured me and let me know that I was where I thought I was as far as talent goes. But my manager is like on my case all the time. He actually wanted me to fight in July. Yeah, I asked him to push it to September because I just had a baby. But so far we're looking to turn that pro leaf in September, which I'm excited for. The next goal would be to go get a pro belt in whatever organization will have me.
Right on. So, what is it about Arby's that you love so much?
That really escalated quickly. And I do like Arby's, right? But what had happened is that I was so vocal about liking Arby's that it kind of just became everyone thinks I love it so much. And now there's no going back, you know what I mean? Like, we've already hit a point of no return. So if everyone thinks that I love Arby's so much, sure I do.
Up next, you ready?
Yeah, Scorpio Disco. That's got an evil name. There's a split second when you drink the milk, things are okay.
Yeah.
Scorpion Disco, not Scorpio. This isn't a astrology or astronomy sign.
No zodiacs here.
Zodiac.
This is Scorpion, Trinidad. Peppers. Here we go.
I'm seeing shit.
That's what we call a spice high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's totally normal. Right there with you. You get a little high just off the spice.
Yeah. I think
because your body's like, what is this? What's
Yeah.
going on? What land are we in? It's a different world.
I
Right?
just saw sound.
Yeah, you're seeing sounds?
This is great.
So what makes cutting weight the most brutal thing about being in an MMA competitively? Oh, got the juice.
Yeah, I'm trying it. It helps a little bit. Not really. Weight cutting is the hardest part of fighting in general. It's very, very tough. Especially when you do it properly. Cut a little bit of weight, but our main goal is to put on as much as possible after we weigh in. Mm-hmm. So I typically cut a little more than I should, but around 15. One time 20. Last fight I cut it around 20. And it's just dehydration. So you just dehydrate yourself until your organs are essentially shutting down, kind of like they are right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel it.
But it's just tough. But the tougher you make it, the more weight you can put on afterwards, which is always a plus. But yeah, it's just dehydrating yourself, and you never think it's going to be as hard as it is until you're in there and you're already dehydrated and you're just asking yourself to sweat more, and all you want's a glass of water. Kind of like right now. Welcome to weight cutting.
Oh, this is what this is?
This is it.
I'm experiencing it. I'm just not losing weight. I'm just dying.
Right. Yeah. This is weight cutting. This is exactly how it feels. So here we are.
Oh, man. Brendan, here we are.
Yep.
The last wing.
Yep.
You know, it's tradition that we do a little bit extra. Final last thing.
Sure.
A little extra dab.
Why'd you get a drum and I got a flat?
I don't know.
That's messed up.
Just the way the world works sometimes, I guess. Oh my God. No, you don't got to put a lot. I mean,
I didn't plan on it.
Like you said, it's not a competition. I don't want this to be a competition at all. I feel like I'm either way to lose.
I think we're both losing right now, bro.
Yeah, I think so. It's been a pleasure, dude.
Yes, thank you so much.
So, Brandon, I find it fascinating that fighters put themselves in a certain mental state when they're in the ring. Could you shed some light onto what's going through your head mid-fight and what happens to the world around you? And is there any similarities on what's going through your head right now in this fight?
You know, before the fight is where it really changes. The closer you get to premeditated violence, like you kind of start feeling animalistic.
Yeah, because you're literally getting locked in a cage,
Yeah.
fixing to have hand-on-hand combat
Right.
with another trained individual.
Right. And in your mind, even though there's a ref there, in your mind it's like for survival, you know what I mean? Like you are in there. See, this guy's trying to hurt you, right? This guy's trying to end your career. And so that's the hardest part, is mentally preparing. But the thing is, once that bell rings, we train so much that it's just another day. Once the bell rings, everything goes away. Everything. And when I fight pretty cerebrally. So everything, I just relax. You know, I stay. My last fight, I was way too composed. I ended up winning very easily, but it was like I didn't even realize I was in the fight until the second round. I was just chilling. I felt like it was just another day at the gym. I was also being very calculated and picking my shot, and that was part of my game plan. I wouldn't fight every fight like that, but in there, it's just what you've trained, you know, and that's, I think, why we train so hard. And once it rings, it's just you do what you know how to do. And then afterwards, you look back, and sometimes you're like, dang, I didn't know. That was pretty cool. I didn't know I could do that,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, Brandon, here you are, 10 wings up, 10 wings down. You came in ready to battle, and you did it. You defeated all 10 wings. You got this camera, that camera, this camera. Tell the world where they can find you.
Guys, we're at Satori MMA, which is at 2523 North Laurent. We're an MMA gym here in Victoria. We teach all ages from 4 all the way to adult. Anywhere from competitive athletes to people that are just trying to learn this to get in better shape. So we invite you guys to come try a free week. Also, if you or your husband smells really bad, Satori Soap Company, we will get you smelling right. I'd like to thank Miguel for having me. This was not a good time, so I recommend this to no one.
I never had a father.